Nityanandam. With deep gratitude to my Guru, His Holiness Paramhamsa Sri Nityananda Swamiji, I welcome you into the series of Jumping Out of Suffering and Depression. The most persistent misconception of life itself is the word suffering. From suffering, the word depression, the cognition of depression, and all just come out. The world has no suffering, life has no suffering is the reality. Because suffering is all based on your perception. Anything that is perception based is not factual, because perception is dependent on the person's cognitive shift and the maturity of the person. So the moment you realize, for example, I'll give an example. For example, when you were a 4-year-old child or a 5-year-old child, you might have asked for a chocolate or an ice cream, which you were denied by your parents for many reasons. Probably the shop did not have it, or your parents did not have money, or whatever. At that moment, you would have felt such a deep suffering. Oh, this life is full of suffering, and nobody gives me anything I want. And that would have passed. But now, at whatever age you are now, maybe you're 15, 20, 25, 40, 45, 50, 60, 70. Do you even remember that incident that has happened? And if you did, would you look at it as a suffering or just an incident? If you're mature enough, you will look at it as an incident, and a rather silly incident, because you thought life was suffering because you did not get something as simple as ice cream or chocolate. But if you're immature, you will start cognizing as that is the moment of when suffering started in your life. Really? Suffering does not start with something, with anything. It is your perception, whether you got the chocolate or not, whether you got the job you wanted or not, whether you married the girl you loved or not, whether you have the house you always dreamed of or not. It's the instances, it is circumstances based on how you want to manifest. It is not suffering. The moment you look at it, oh, life is full of suffering. Oh God, from morning I have to get up at 4 o'clock and cook and clean and God knows, get my children ready for school, send my husband to office, then pack my food, run to office, come back again, evening cook again. Of course, I'm talking from a women's perspective now at the moment, because I'm a woman, and I do know a lot of women do get frustrated about all these things. If you're frustrated, do not do something that is frustrating you. Life can be really simple. Instead of trying to tell people, oh, I'm a homemaker and a career woman and I can balance both. If you're not able to balance both and it is frustrating you, take a call. Which one is more important for you? Which one is more important to make you feel complete, to help you go towards completion? But the moment you tag this as suffering, this entire thing of life as suffering, then you start withdrawing from people, thus creating more distance and more suffering for yourself. Like again I said, I do not believe suffering exists in the world. I have also in my pre-monastic life been through many things, seen life in all its phases. From a financially challenged family, how we worked hard to make ourselves self-sufficient, to make our future generation self-sufficient, and now taking up sannyas to move life forward. I have seen this whole range of life in my pre-monastic life, and I'm seeing it now. But the perception of how I saw life before and the perception of how I see life now is just the cognition shift that life is nothing but a series of incidences, which we tag them, like how we tag our videos and our YouTube channels. We tag them as suffering, we tag them as depression, we tag them as missing, we tag it as everything is lost. I don't have any reason to get up in life. I don't know what to do with my life. I feel life is boring. I have nothing in this life to live for. People have cheated me. Yes, people have cheated you means good. Move on. See how you can change your life for the better. Forever hanging on saying, oh, people have cheated me, my life is over, is not going to help you. Okay, I can see a question coming in wherein the person is asking, I'm just going to read out the question. In my life, I feel life has no purpose. I'm feeling very depressed because in my business, my partner has cheated and ran away with all my money. Okay, this is someone called Madhu from Karimnagar. I think Karimnagar. See, Madhu, first of all, it is your partner's decision to cheat you. That is not the end of life. You have the power inside of you, within you, to decide that okay, he has cheated me of this business money, but he is not going to cheat me of my life. My life is my own and I have the decision to make it how I want. I will show that fellow that even if he cheated me and even if 10 people try to cheat me, I am not going to make my life a loser. I am not going to get depressed. You cannot beat the life out of me. It is your decision. The moment you tag this, oh, I'm depressed because my partner ran away, you are the one who's losing life. Your partner is not bothered. Life is not going to be bothered. You are diffusing the life and energy inside of you by making you believe you are depressed. There is no depression, first of all. What is there to be so depressed about? Life is a journey from the moment you're born to the moment you die. You don't need to tag it with good, bad, ugly, suffering, depression, right, wrong. If you base your life on integrity to the purpose of your birth, everything just runs on that oil fuel, nothing else. You need to know the purpose of your birth, or you need to say, okay, this is the reason I am born and nothing is going to deviate me from that purpose. If you feel your purpose of your birth is to create huge business empire, then one silly fellow cheating and running away is not going to change you, is not going to deviate you. The moment you say that I am depressed because someone ran away with all my wealth, that means you are losing integrity to your own purpose of life and you're moving away from that, not the other way. So the loser will be you. You should tell your mind, no, you're trying to cheat me out of my life. I am not born here to be depressed or so-called suffering. That fellow has ran away, that's a reality. From there, now let me restart my business. Let me make sure I am safe this time. Make myself foolproof with choosing the right kind of people by having the right knowledge and intelligence. Let me be associated with those kind of people who have the right knowledge and intelligence to make their life successful. That is the mark of a successful man or woman. Not allowing incidences outside of you to make you withdraw from life. Here you saying depressed and I feel so sad and there's nothing for me to wake up in the morning. It's an immature cognition. Don't think people are going to hold your hand and wipe your tears and tell you, oh, I'm so sad, I feel so bad, No, people may tell you once or twice. After that, they are going to be going on their own way. Then what happens to you? Do not go by that. There is no suffering except perception. Suffering, depression are a persistent misconception taught to us for no reason. Go sit in a temple, practice the science of completion, complete with the feeling of suffering. Then you will come out of suffering and you will see how your life becomes so filled with auspiciousness, because suffering, the negative component of your life, is just removed from you so easily. Completion is nothing but reliving the incident that has so much of power over you to make you withdraw from life. What did you feel that time? You felt hurt, or you felt alone, or you felt nobody is there for you. Relive that incident 5 times at least. There is something called the Samskara Dahana Kriya, which is an amazing exercise, amazing self-cleansing exercise that Swamiji has taught all of us, and in that, reliving is one of them. Madhu, I sincerely recommend that you sit and write down the whole incident at least 5 times. Yes, you need to take the time to write down as clearly with all the micro details in that, including remembering the color of the dress they wore, to the color of the dress you wore, to the color of their eyes, and how they looked on that day. The more detail you go, by the time you write the 5th time, you will see how that incident does not have power over you. Once you experience the shift from powerlessness to little power, you will have faith in what I am telling you. Please do this exercise and get back to me, and I will guide you in the next step. If anybody wants to practice the science of completion and understand the science of enlightenment, please keep writing to me. Leave it in the inbox below under the comment section, and I will get back to you. Please remember that most of your life you are running it from the fuel of misconceptions and perceptions, which are always changeable. Your perceptions change as you grow older, as you grow more matured. So any perception you've had of suffering, anger, rage, violence, feeling lonely, or people don't love you, is all comes from an amateurish cognition. There is nothing more in life than you. Invest time in yourself and just jump out of this depression and suffering, and you will see a whole new world open out to you. Whole new world of joy, creation, life, just waiting to happen to you. The world of magic, the world the way you want, is just waiting for you, for your jump. Please reach out to me if you want any other help or assistance to come out of this perceived misconceptions of the negative components of life. Thank you for watching. Nityanandam.